different.
My bad.
So we have cameras up. Different work.
Yep. So we have Wolfpack on the blue base, the Maroons on green, and the Gribblies on red. So what are we thinking here? Are we thinking, I mean, a lot of people obviously are thinking Wolfpack as a home team with a lot of experience.
Yep.
But also the Maroons, if we're talking home team with experience.
Yeah, a couple of Marowns actually moved out of state, so it'd be really interesting to see like kind of that synergy after not playing together for a little bit. I'm really interested to see how the Gribbles go, because that's actually a combination of a couple of Queensland players and mostly WA players who've actually never played together before. And they're doing really well together. Change the
So what are we seeing early? We're seeing red defense in red base, not unexpected.
Got action at green. I'll go to green.
Action at green, yeah. But I think green is the most open of the three bases, so there is often action there, no matter what. See both blue and red players at green. And second green, we have who's that? That's a Richard 07. Who's the Wax, Wham, Fox, Grub, Husky? Well, it's the Wolfpack, so you don't know which one of them is sitting. So that's either Payne, 16, right?
Or Jimmy. Yeah, one of the two. Did I get a Richard?
Oh, and whoever it is, they're getting to red base really quickly, and they have two bases very early.
We have a look at red, have a little bit of action at red. We've still got action at green, and we've got action at red.
You can see a green player is inside, that looks like Blitzer holding that front pocket of red base. And he's got Dark Passion on the other side, holding his back pocket for him. Although gets shot out, the red defenders come through and sweep through. Good defense going on there.
At the moment, so almost 2 minutes in. Gribbles on 1,500 Maroons and only 2-4, and Rat Pack, or formerly known as Wolfpack, two bases, 8K. So still about 3K. Sorry.
I'm assuming there's a few name changes going on for some of these teams, because they were something other than Wolf. They were the team formerly known as Wolfpack yesterday. So a bit of action at red base. Dark Passion putting 2 shots in and getting that base.
So Jam said in the chat, these mixed teams may surprise more later in the competition as they up their cohesion. I definitely agree. I think competitions like that give a really good opportunity for mixed teams to play together. Especially where, it's a high tier mid comp, but it's not necessarily national. And you want to play with players who perhaps you might have really good synergy with. So I'm actually batting for teams who have mixed players from different states, because I think they'll be the upset teams, right? They'll be the teams that really shape the competition. I'm really interested to see what happens with them, especially with teams like the Gribblies as well. What else we got? Even a Reunion, Storm.
Oh, what's a 2-shot denied at blue base? There were a few green players having a bit of a sweep through blue base. But unfortunately gets denied by Husky. Grub having now his swing green base. He gets denied by a red player. So there is also some fighting over that green base.
It's too busy. Stop being busy.
Yeah, there is action at all 3 bases, so it's very hard to keep track of what's going on here. Blue defenders set up back inside blue. Blue attackers at red. That's Grub taking his red base. Bubble now going for green. So it gets a nice clean base. Now, unfortunately, the Gribblies, they did also take a base at the same time as the Maroons. Their pack points, they're just not having quite as much of an early run on the pack points. And they are still staying in third. Wolfpack, Rat Pack, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
well out in the lead. They're 3 bases and a whole bunch of points.
So we've got Jimmy under, really good position for blue in that under spot for a lefty. Really good position. A lot of people hold it under. If you're a right-hander, you usually kind of crouch down and kind of pop your phaser out like that. But having a really high left hold is really beneficial as well.
Yeah, you're not as susceptible to that person being very quickly on that front door.
Yes.
But it's a position where you do need good denial from the Wax there from Blitz. Again, at the red base, 2 teams fighting over the base.
It is busy.
Yeah, look, a lot of those defensive positions, you need a teammate giving you really good calls so you can turn quickly and get that other door. So I can see green players shooting out the red defenders. There's a good, strong defensive set up by blue players in blue. Although, red Marbles just got into blue and got denied. Wax now having a go at his green base and gets it cleanly. Good teamwork there. They had two of them there, one covering while the other was shooting. Best way to do it in this maze.
Like
You
you
really
always
need
do.
teammates.
Yep. We're looking a little bit busy.
Quick attacks through green, getting into red and having shots. 2 shots into the base and gets the base. That puts the Maroons back up to second. Looks like the Wolfpack are still well ahead in this game though. And the Gribblies, they're in it. They just need to keep up in the bases, and they could absolutely challenge the Maroons for that second.
Yeah.
Although they are a little behind in the pack as well. And stay behind if they keep doing that. Husky piggybacking off Gaza, gets the denial and then takes the base off him. Oh, that hurts. That's what you were talking about in that last game, getting in and piggybacking off another player. I imagine Husky's had a fair bit of practice at that in this maze.
Oh, yeah. Stay back. Go for the base.
Let's into red base. Gets a clean base. Well done.
Green. It's going to be quite busy over there.
I imagine so. There's not a whole 3 green bases taken. No, 4 green bases have been taken. But it is that open base, so you have to be quick.
Yep.
And just sweep through to that defense and get it before you know they're coming back up. Yep. And you need a teammate often covering at least one side for you.
At least.
So that if some other players show up from another team, not getting dumpstered too hard. So you can see red players in the green base having the shots. Gaza. I think he was in the box. Oh, he's in the front pocket. Yeah. Wamfox up at red now. And Fox gets a nice clean red base. So the Wolfpack have been very clean on their bases. I see only 2 single denial shots, one on Wax, one on Grub. This maze, that's pretty clean.
1,000, pretty good. Still what? 15k ahead? My bad. Yeah.
They look like they're going to be on track for a very solid first here.
Definitely. I think it'll just be a little bit of a fight for second, I reckon.
Yeah, and you can see that the Gribblies are a base down on the Maroons. But they're also down a little bit on pack as well. I think some of those denial shots are starting to add up. Although there's only one more denial shot. Gribblies have that on Maroons. Yeah, Husky taking another clean red base. It looks like the Wolfpack have got the measure of that red base. They've clearly found a way to cycle that one quite efficiently. So lots of red players just getting into blue base there. Oh. And Phoenix going for a green base and getting it cleanly. So Gribblies now back in with the Maroons. And now they're going for blue, gets denied.
Who was that? Gaza?
That was Gaza. They would have jumped into second with that base.
They would have. I think he maybe just popped his phaser. When I was looking at the camera, I think he just popped his phaser a little bit too far. It's a very common thing that you see from unknown people go for the base and trying to shoot people, is they just pop their phaser a little bit too far.
Yep, Beefy's in. And Beefy gets a clean base, so the Maroons are now well up. The pack points were actually, if you notice when they were both on 3 bases, the Gribblies had actually pulled up in pack.
They did?
They were only a few hundred behind.
Oh, excellent. So, yeah, Gypsy, Link, about 2.5k. Maybe need to bring that up just a little bit more, probably before the end of the game.
I've seen them defending red base a lot, so they're on the defense role, which they've had Wolfpacks getting into their base a lot, so that makes it a bit hard to get some pack going there. Lots of action in blue base. Although the defenders are set up. Nope, red team's trying to come in now. And there we are. You can see Link and Gypsy down at blue base now. Have a look at blue. Gypsy going for her blue.
Oh, look how busy it is.
Yeah.
It's party down there.
Yeah, definitely a party at blue base. There are green and red packs everywhere. Gypsy having another go. Oh, she gets it.
Did she get it?
No, she got it. And also took some red though, so they still stay 1 base up.
That was very clutch. If you look at the cameras, she pretty much got shot just as she was getting that base.
It looks like she's still under, so I think she managed to pull out of the way of the shot.
Good.
So we can see some green defenders back at green base. You can see red once again sitting in blue base, trying to get their teammates through that base. It can be challenging when you have all sides, because obviously the Wolfpack boys will be wanting those red players out of their base.
Oh, Gaza going for blue.
One shot. Someone came in the front door quickly.
Oh. We got 3 bases down at the same time. Wow.
Oh,
bases just went down at the same time.
And if you notice, the Wolfpack destroyed a green base
Yep.
and a red base at the same time, so they clearly have their attackers out on the split.
So we had Wax securing a base and Grub taking a base at the same time, as well as it's like
I didn't see who.
Sorry, someone from Gribblies got a base as well. So the bases went down. All the bases went down at the same time. All the action happening around. All the action at the moment is still at blue. Got a little
there is a red
green.
player inside blue base, it looks like. So red are actually hanging in. Firefox getting his green base. Yeah, so that is 10 bases for the Wolfpack. They will be very happy with that. They are well and truly out in the lead. 20k from second place. So they've had a very strong game out of blue.
Definitely. Blue's really good because you can really, from the front door at blue, you can really push up on the back of green and kind of get like those shots kind of on the outside. And then if you're the back door of blue, you can run up that ramp to like the middle area and pretty much see the entire maze. So it's a good position to be in.
Now, with about a minute to go, Gribblies are several bases behind the Marowns, but they've got a bit of a better base. Well, they've got a little bit of better base diversity. They still have at least 2 players that need green base, whereas the Maroons, they've all got their red base. They are all fighting over blue. So Gribblies could actually catch up with a couple of green bases on Link and Jipley there.
Hopefully. Come on, Gribbles, get some bases. Make an upset.
As you said, though, that the communication of which bases people can get is a very important factor, and that's the thing that's really hard with the teams of mixed players who haven't played with each other much.
It'd be really interesting to see. I'd love to know who's actually, like from Gribbles, who's actually running the games. Because generally, I'm pretty sure for Maroons, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say it's probably Butz. And then for...
Oh, Link's in blue base. Oh, that's denied.
Where was he?
He was in blue base. So that's unfortunate. As we said, they all of green team, all of the Maroons need blue base except for Butzer. They've all got their red base. Oh, there goes the end of the game.
Let's have a look at 5x3 at the end of the game. So there's our scores, everyone. So we have Gribbles on 24k with 4 bases, Maroons on 36k with 6 bases, and then formerly known as Wolfpack Rat Pack, 57k on 10 bases.
Yeah, they had a very strong game from start to finish. Apart from that one denial shotty from Wax and Grub, they were very clean with their bases.
Look at that Husky, 15k. That's insane. I'm going to take another stab in the dark. I think that's the highest score in the comp. Not the highest team score on the comp. I think we had a team yesterday that managed to hit the 60k mark, which is really good for them. 15k for Husky. You've got 59 tags that are for and only 24 against him. So what, like almost
246%
tag ratio. And especially again when you're in a game like that with that high level of players, like that's really good score. Wax 12k, Wham Fox hitting the 10k.
One thing I've certainly noticed in this maze is there's a big emphasis on the dueling outside those base doors. So you've got to be winning those duels. There's not a lot of just getting those easy shots from those strong defensive positions, unless maybe you're a red base ramp player, or set up in the defense. But it is a lot of winning that space so that you earn the right to make the attempt at the defense base.
A little like brawling outside the base, like you send off with each other and then you pretty much run in straight away. I only noticed playing this maze, there's only a couple of shots that are like that. We call them Georges, like your long shots where you can shoot from across the maze. There's only a couple of those.
Yeah, but it means that those super high tag ratio games you see in some mazes, it's probably less likely here because no matter what, if you're going to be out getting those bases, you're going to have to be.
You're going to get points anyway.
You're going to be getting the points, but you're not going to be getting those very clean, only 2 deaths and 30 tag type games.
Yep, definitely.